بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب زدني علما.
Okay, the next thing we'll see the DMVPN Phase 2 tunnel configuration. So in the previous topics we have seen the Phase 1 tunnel configuration along with OSPF and EIGRP over Phase 1. So in the Phase 2, the configuration wise there is no much difference in the Phase 2. So the basically Phase 2 is like we'll be using multi-point GRE everywhere. That's what Phase 2, which allows the dynamic tunnels. You can establish a full mesh dynamic tunnels between spoke to spoke also, right? That's what the difference. So you can have a route exchange directly between spoke to spoke, and you can communicate directly between spoke to spoke, but initially it will go via hub. That's what the Phase 2 again. So in terms of multi-point GRE, if you remember we discussed, if I'm using tunnel mode GRE multi-point command, it means I'm using multi-point GRE. So we'll be using the same command on both the sides because of the multi-point GRE. Enable the network ID, that is NHRP, and then so additionally this is required for hellos. So if you want to send hello messages later on when we configure EIGRP and OSPF, any one of these protocols, we want the hello messages should be sent over the tunnel interfaces. So let me just quickly configure this. So I removed the configurations we did in the previous, the tunnel 1, because I just want to configure everything from the beginning. So I decided to go with Phase 2. So let's see what is the configuration. So assign the IP address to the tunnel, and then tunnel source, and tunnel mode GRE multi-point. So IP NHRP network ID 1. That's it. This is the only configuration you have to do if you want the tunnel to work. So if I just try to configure this, so on the router 2 as well. So on the router 2, I have to add the same command. The IP address will change. Network ID I can keep it same. So tunnel source and mode command defines that we are using multi-point GRE, and then IP NHRP. These two commands are again compulsory here, because unless you specify the NXTOP server, the registration messages are not going to work, and you have to tell what is the public IP or the NBMA address to reach that particular NXTOP server. So these are the two additional commands required on the spokes. So let's go and copy paste this. On the router 3, I just need to change the IP address. Rest of the things can be same. And on the router 4, I'm using this 10.4. Okay, done. So what I should see is, if you remember in the basic example also I have shown the Phase 2 only. So what I should see is, if I say show DMVPN, I should see the dynamic tunnels are established. And if I try to ping from the router 1 to router 2, so I should have a reachability from R1 to R3, R4. So these are the IPs. So we check the IP, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4, and this is 1, the 10 dot network. Now similar way, if I try to verify on the router 2, if I say show DMVPN, we do have the tunnel only established, the DMVPN tunnel established only to router 1, not with 3 and 4, because we did not initiate any traffic. So whenever you initiate the traffic, there will be dynamic tunnel established between spoke to spoke. So to confirm that, I'll be tracing to 10.3 just to verify that. And initially it will go via 1 and 3, and later on it will again goes directly, because we do have a tunnel established between 2 and 3 dynamically. So likewise, if I try to trace to router 4 to build the full mesh tunnels, initially it goes via 1.4, and later on it will go directly. And the same thing you can verify on the router 3 as well. So there's a tunnel between 1 and 2. So let me trace to 4. Now you should see there is a DMVPN tunnel established between 3 and 4 also. So now we have a full mesh dynamic tunnels configured between spoke to spoke as well. So this is one of the major benefit we get in the phase 2. In the phase 2, we can have a dynamic tunnels established between spoke to spoke as well, creating a full mesh dynamic tunnels.